Hello and welcome to Roker Rapport TV. This is a great edition because it's not often we win, and we won at the weekend. First game, 2-1. Couldn't have went any better, and I am here today to talk you through all the action. I have what I would say is a very creative goals highlight package. I think it would be safe to say that is correct. So we'll talk through a little bit of the goals, a little bit of tactics, and a little bit of preview for Luton next week, although it'll be difficult because we don't know who's going to be signing, who's going to be leaving. So, get the game straight away. First things first, atmosphere beforehand was really good. New entrance sort of music. Not quite WWE style sort of fireworks stuff, but it was still pretty good. A nice selection of songs. In fact, prior to that, I was in the fan zone. Thanks to anybody who came down and had a wee bit crack with Methvin, Stewart and Swan Satori. That was all good. Met Kevin Ball as well, which was, it's always fun to see Kevin Ball. So yeah, start the game really good. Really enjoyed the atmosphere. Really enjoyed the entrance, and then we got going, and now and we started like a fart. Let's be honest, didn't come out the traps. Really struggled early on. Lyle Taylor was running ragged. Luvens looked really poor, and Ozturk looked really slow. I mean, really slow. And I don't want to hammer the lad too much. I'm not going to pick on too many of the poor display because we won at the end of the day, so why am I going to sit here and slide the players off? But yeah, I will say Luvens and Ozturk weren't great for the first half, and then they warmed into the game. I mean, we didn't concede from open play, which we've got to take credit from. Penalty was poor, but such is life. So yeah, it went 1-0 down. Lyle Taylor penalty, really good penalty, struck very nicely. And I thought at that point, I was like, oh, it's the same old, same old. I was getting a bit sick to be honest, and I was surprised at the reaction from the crowd. The crowd, I was expecting to be a bit deflated, but they weren't. The road were back, half time, clapped off, and I'm like, well, hey ho, this isn't the Sunderland fan base I know. Like, yeah, I mean, they deserve to be booed off last season, don't get us wrong, but I was like, whoa, give them a wee bit of a proper chance here, and I was really glad for that, to be honest, because I think, you know, the ownership in particular has deserved the right to, you know, not have the old regime sort of thrown at them like the way that was. It's a fresh chapter, and I felt like everything about it was fresh at the weekend. Second half came out the traps far better. The change at half time worked. I felt a bit sorry for O'Neill, whatever his name is. I felt a bit sorry for him. He came off. He didn't have a great first half, but you know, he hadn't even played minutes at the club, to be honest. So to expect him to do well was going to be really difficult for him to have a good game, but he did okay. He did nothing wrong, so I think he'll definitely be back in and around the first team next week. But I think maybe just one too many debutants at the weekend. It was a big pressure game. He's been playing for Wickham, and he's jumped into 30,000 odd at the Stadium Light on Saturday, and he must be thinking, Jesus Christ, like this is next level, next level compared to what he had last year. So yeah, he got brought off. Jerome Sinclair went up front, and we sort of played like a 3-5-2 kind of thing, and it really worked. Never really a fan of moving fullbacks into centre back, but Matthews did all right. And to be fair, we dropped Luvens deep, and it worked. It really worked. We're far better. We're the only team that was going to score in the second half. I can't really recall Charlton having that many chances in the second half. The goal itself, brilliant play. Madja did brilliantly, turned the defender. I mean, the defender should take a lot of flack for letting him turn. Don't let a striker turn the box. Madja turns, fires it, and to be honest, at first I was blaming the keeper, but after hearing what David Priest said on the podcast yesterday, I sort of think it was actually just a really well placed shot. Like he struck it so well and kind of randomly, because I wasn't expecting him to shoot at that point, and you know, he deserved it for taking sort of the risk, and he missed one in the first half, which I think Madja would be gutted about, but he scored the harder one, and it was a really good goal, and all that sets him off. You know, I think he could be in for a decent season. I don't think he's going to play every week, and I think that they're going to look at Charlie Wyke as being the main man. And I think even Jerome Sinclair did himself a lot of favours with his performance when he came on. So yeah, we got back in the game. It thoroughly deserved at that point, I would say. It's the way the second half started. We played really well. We deserved to maybe go in 2 or 3-0 down, but 2-0 down maybe at half time. But second half was just a different story. From there, I missed a few chances. Sinclair missed a real gilt-edge opportunity, which was a bit good. Maguire had a great free kick saved. And then it dwindles down. We get a corner, and Gooch with a really poor touch. Gooch with a poor touch. Gooch with a poor touch. It goes under his foot, and I'm like, oh, I was like, a draw, I'll take a draw. It's better than a defeat, but I really want to win. It just signify the start, and then Oviedo with that touch of class. I mean, I'm not saying he's a Premier League player, because he's patently, last year he showed that he wasn't a Premier League player, but he does have quality, and he showed it. That ball he played, and then Gooch just times his run to perfection. You know, that's quality, like genuine quality. He wasn't a massive lump in the box where, you know, he just had to get the ball on there and he was going to head it. Like, he showed desire to beat the defender, get the run in. You know, look where he started. I mean, he just misplaced the ball, probably thinking very lowly of himself, and he forgets about it straight away and gets himself in a position to score. Got to give him a lot of credit for that, and his finish was absolutely superb. I mean, the keeper got a fingertip to it, and credit the keeper for getting the fingertip, because I wasn't expecting to get the, you know, anything on that, because it was a bullet header into the top corner. So yeah, just had to defend for the last 30-40 seconds that was left after kick-off. We did. Got the win, everyone's singing at the end, all sides of the ground, old, young, everyone together as one for the first time at Sunderland since Sam Allardyce was at the club, and it just felt really good to get the win. I felt very happy for sort of the manager, Jack Ross. Big leap of faith for him this summer, and just to get that monkey off the back. They've won a home game, they've won the first game for the first time in years, new regime, and it was a new start, and it felt like all the evils of the past are sort of left. Now, it's going to be hard, like that's just not us now, oh, we're champions. That doesn't, you know, it doesn't signify that. Charlton are a good team, but they're going through problems themselves. It was a good win, the manner of the win was brilliant, but we'll go to Luton next week, and we'll move on to talk about that now, but that's not going to be an easy game. You know, Kenilworth Road, hard place to go, it's a very intimidating atmosphere. It's sold out, I believe, as well. I mean, it's going to be a real hard game there. I think, you know, we've got to be prepared for that. It's going to be a physical battle as well. You know, and we've got to make sure that we cope with it, because it's going to be difficult. It's going to be different to what a lot of the players have sort of experienced before. So looking ahead to that, it's interesting to see what sort of tactics he's going to employ, because obviously we changed second half and it really worked, but he probably won't have the players to play two up front. So he probably will stick with his 4-2-3-1, which I'm not opposed against. You know, 45 minutes doesn't necessarily say that formations are done for. It doesn't. But I'm not going to predict the team this week, simply because I don't know who's coming in. I don't know who's going out. And if you're going to watch this on the Friday before the game, then it's going to be totally irrelevant, because we'll probably have 2 or 3 in and 2 or 3 out. That being said, I suspect the back four is going to be interesting. I don't know, you know, if Oviedo's still here, which it's kind of wavering on the, yeah, he should stay. He should really get that slot in at left back. Move Matthews to his favoured right back. I don't even know what the state is with Donald Love and whether or not he'll be fit. Centre backs, would it be a shock to see Baldwin go in instead of Ozchek? Probably not. I think Baldwin probably, if he works his arse off in training, should get that nod. In centre mid, McGeoch should be back. Then you've got that, you know, Ballymumba played brilliantly on Saturday. Do you give him a nod, or do you say, maybe not? Away at Luton, at home, different matter, but away at Luton, first away game of the season, hard game against a team that's expecting to be there or thereabouts. Maybe you pull him out and put in, you know, maybe a Robson, maybe play 09, you know. 09 might be the better option. He's played Luton, you know, probably the only player in the team that has actually got experience against him, so maybe he slots in. The 3 behind, I don't think you change them. I thought Gooch, Honeyman and Maguire played really well. I thought Maguire doesn't, I don't think he has the same quality as Gooch and Honeyman, but he offers something slightly different. And that's just me, I've seen them, you know, a couple of times in pre-season in one game on Saturday. But Maguire, hard to describe. I think Gooch and Honeyman are like severe grafters, and I think Maguire just has something different about his game, which I quite like, because I think Gooch and Honeyman can be similar. Up front, it should be Madger, because I can't, unless Wyke comes back, unless we sign a striker in midweek. Hint, hint, Billy Sharp. Fingers crossed. Still on that train, the Billy Sharp train. I still think it'll be Madger up front, because he scored. He played very well. I think he proved a lot of his doubters wrong with his performance. Very cultured, very strong in possession, and I think he deserves the nod. Sinclair's not going to be fit, so you know, why not? Why not give Madger? He played really well. I think he needs to play with somebody. Certainly at his age, I don't think he's capable of leading the line by himself, but needs must in this instance, and I think it would make sense to play him. I mean, you could. I mean, 09, I don't know if I'm right or wrong on that. He could move into where Honeyman played, and Honeyman could drop into centre mid like he did on Saturday. Option there. I don't know if I would necessarily do that, but there is a chance to do that. As for Luton, I'd be bullshitting you if I told you that I knew that much about them, but they got promoted, people are tipping them for good things, and I know it'll be a hard game, and they're a physical team. They've got James Collins up front, and he's a shithouse. So we just got to be ready for that battle. You know, Luton are going to be up for it. The first home game had a disappointing start of the season, but it'll be a hard game. So I think that just about sums up this video. I hope you enjoyed the Sabutio goal highlights that I put together. That will get better with time, I imagine, because I've had to go through the full thing I've done today. I did nothing this morning. I had the morning off. Then at 2 o'clock, I need to come and set up the Sabutio board. Went to Halfads, and not Halfads. I went to Home Base. You see how bad DIY I am. Went to Home Base, bought like 3 wooden boards to put together to make like the base of the Sabutio board. Stapled it onto this desk. Stapled, drilled is the word. Drilled it onto the desk. Put the Sabutio board, sort of size it up, sawed off the sides of the table so that it made a nice desk that we've got here, and then drilled everything together, stuck it on the bottom of the board, set the pitch up, and that took about 4 hours. And then I had to go home and I had to walk the dog, and then I had to come back and do this video. So yeah, hard day, but at least this pitch is set up now, and I think the Sabutio goals, hopefully people enjoy them, because I think it's a pretty cool idea. I'm going to start doing from when the team starts settling properly and we know who's going to be here in the transfers. I'm going to set the formations out, I think, in Sabutio. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Listen to the podcast. We had David Priest on this week, and it was very good. May I say, we've got a lot of exciting guests coming on the podcast. You know, and that'll not even include when Stuart Donald decides to rock back up on there. So a lot of exciting stuff happening on the podcast. Podcast Extra is back, so you'll be able to get previews, which are invaluable at this level, more so than last season, because it is hard to know, you know, how teams are setting up. I learned a lot about Charlton by listening to it, so I'd advise you listen to that. Twitter, Facebook, all that jazz, Instagram, follow on there. And thanks for watching. I am Connor Bromley. I appreciate your support, and hopefully this is the start of something very special at Sunderland. But hey ho, who's to say next week we won't be here talking about coming back down to reality. So thanks for watching.